So recently a guy showed up at my house with a case full of Samsung devices, and no, I wasn't hallucinating because I was on drugs. It was something called the Samsung Galaxy Test Drive Experience. It's a little thing where they started during the whole virus lockdown quarantino thing, where basically since people don't really want to go out to malls, which it happened to not be the case because everyone and their mother and their grandmother's dog is going out. They thought, why don't we just bring these phones to people's houses to let them have a test drive, and that way they can decide whether they want to buy one of these devices, explore, have a little fun with them without leaving the comfort of their home and the safety of their home. So when I saw an ad that was promoting this service, I was like, that's super interesting, it's tech related, I can make a video about it. So I booked myself a little slot, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Test Drive Experience. So what is the test drive experience booking thing like? Well, all I had to do was just Google Samsung Galaxy Test Drive, hop onto the website, input a bunch of my details so that they can learn more about me and stalk me. And then after that, book a time slot. And on the day itself, the guy who's in charge of doing the whole service will text me for a confirmation or call me for a confirmation. And then all I had to do is reply, yeah, alright, sure. He came along with all these Samsung devices to try out. Whether this is an effective business strategy on Samsung part, I don't know. Whether this is a service a lot of people are using, I don't know. All I know that is pretty interesting and a fun way to get a bunch of tech devices in my house to make videos about. So let's talk about the devices that came in the case for me to test drive. There was the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, so pretty much the latest high-end phone from Samsung. It's kind of the S20 but a bit more plastic, a bit lighter, a bunch more colors and a bit less camera goodness. But it's a pretty good phone, I guess, if you really need a Samsung phone that's high-end. Not a fan of it personally because it doesn't have a headphone jack, but overall it is not a bad device, and using it I'm like, hey, I could use this on the daily and I wouldn't mind, except for the fact that I need an adapter to plug my headphones in. Inside the box we also got that Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That's ultra high end, and obviously they want to put that most fancy, smanchy, baller stuff in their phone. It's all about brand presence, it's all about brand identity, it's all about showing off the best goods you got. You know, it's like someone dressing up really nice before they go on the date. You know, they gotta show what they have, and in a way or two, this is really like Samsung trying to impress you, because they're not trying to sell you this phone. There's no obligation or no possibility to even buy any of these devices on the test drive. It's literally just a test experience where they come to your house for you to test it out. So it makes sense that they want to put their best devices and the devices they really want to sell inside this case. So the Note 20 Ultra is in there, and it comes in pink. I really like the Note 20 Ultra. It's got a very nice design. The stylus is wonderful, all that. Personally though, I think Samsung has a lot of work to do to catch up with Apple camera-wise and just general software-wise, because the jump from the Note 10 to the Note 20 hasn't been great. But a lot of people are going to go get that iPhone 12 series of phones because while the actual physical hardware and design jump between the iPhone 11 and 12 wasn't massive, the design and aesthetic and whole message of the 12 is exciting, and people kind of like that iPhone 12 vibe that is going on. Not that Note 20 Ultra is a bad device. I think it's very nice. This or the 12 Pro Max, I'm actually kind of leaning towards getting a 12 Pro Max. Obviously, I'm not going to buy either phones because I'm broke, but if I had to choose between the two, the Note 20 Ultra is more of the same with the Note 10, but the iPhone 12 Pro Max might mean something more interesting. Inside the case, we also got a Samsung Galaxy Watch. I personally don't care about smartwatches that much. I don't really know anyone who really cares about smartwatches. The only people I know that even care about their smartwatches, they're already using Apple Watches anyway because it's Apple and stuff, and it syncs up with the iPhone perfectly. But yeah, the Galaxy Watch is pretty nice. You've got that nice bezel, OLED screen. It's fast, snappy, responsive. The battery life apparently is pretty good. It's got all the features you want from something high-end. But I don't care about wearables. It's a fad. I like a good classic watch. If I wanted to check my notifications, I'll look at my phone. I don't need to look at my watch. Seriously. Also inside the test drive case, we had the Samsung Magic Jelly Beans, also known as the Galaxy Fit Earbuds, I think they're called. Basically, they look like magic jelly beans. They go into your ears, and they're supposed to be an innovative earphone design like AirPods. But unlike AirPods that look kind of like normal earpods that had their cable cut off, the jelly beans look like an alien took a dump. So I don't think they really sell that well, which is why they're inside this case. I didn't try them for hygiene purposes. I don't really want to stick those in my ears because I don't know where they've been, but they look pretty interesting. I won't buy them, but hey, it's all right. And the last thing that was inside this Samsung Galaxy test drive case was honestly my favorite. It's the S7 Plus tablet, and I think it's an excellent tablet. Whether it can compete with the iPad Pro, that's a different question. That's a whole different thing, because the iPads are really aggressive and they're doing really well. People really like those iPads. But the S7 Plus is not a bad tablet at all. Great build quality. Great, wonderful, beautiful screen. The stylus that it comes with, it's free by the way, the stylus is excellent, almost as good as the Gen 2 Apple Pencil and definitely better than the Gen 1 Apple Pencil in my opinion. It's a very fast, snappy tablet. There's really nothing to go wrong with it. If I had to type documents every single day with this tablet, do work every single day, I'll be fine. I won't have any complaints at all. The only concern I have is something like the Tab S7 Plus for work is that Android isn't the most optimized workspace for doing work in a kind of a hybrid Android, in a kind of a hybrid laptop tablet device. In my opinion, Windows is kind of the best at it, followed by iPad OS, followed by Android, because Android doesn't really have that much support. But in my short experience using it, it wasn't all that bad, and Samsung DeX is something that will take advantage of the S7 Plus capabilities very well, so that's awesome as well. So those are all the devices in this case. If I were to rank my favorite devices, it would probably be number 1, S7 Plus, number 2, S20 Fan Edition, and number 3, Note 20 Ultra. But you know, it's all personal experience, and that's the beauty of it. They send it to your house, they give you 30 minutes to mess around with the devices here, and you can actually get a proper experience testing and using these devices in the comfort of your own home. No pressure to buy, no pressure or anything, you know, they're not trying to sell you anything, so you can really judge for yourself whether you want what is available from Samsung or not. The good thing is that I have no intentions of buying a phone anytime soon. My S10 Plus works pretty much perfect except for a little bit on the screen, and it's got a headphone jack, so there's that. But yeah, the Samsung Galaxy test drive experience is a very lovely, interesting, unique thing to try out. And if you're bored at home and you don't want to leave the house, why don't you just book one of these and test out some phones? And if you're looking for a smartphone to buy, check out the test drive experience if you want to try out some Samsung devices very comfortably. Anyway, that's it for this video. I thought it was a very interesting experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it, found it helpful or interesting. If you guys did, you know, the usual YouTube drill, like, subscribe, all that. Follow me on Instagram and join my Discord if you have any questions. Either one will do. I reply to every single thing on those platforms. I actually reply to every single thing everywhere, so you can just ask me in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, goodbye.